Hello all of us and welcome again to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I desire you are all having an excellent day today, any place you are on this wonderful global we're going to speak about XRP. And I got to begin with this from Bluehawk Legend, his XRP rate with just 0.5% in their belongings. Now what I like approximately this newsletter is that they didn't talk approximately how much cash the banks are going to be putting into XRP. They're talking approximately the banks shopping for and holding XRP. So you'll have deliver surprise, demand surge, marketplace intensity, and liquidity. And they came up with a price of somewhere among $20 and $50 in step with XRP. Now that is based on just 0 to 5% of 9 banks' property. I continually pictured this happening ever because I seen those liquidity polls within the white papers coming from the Bank of International Settlement. But human beings continually have a look at simply the banks. However, agencies will also hold XRP to be utilized for move border bills. Even small corporations would be protecting XRP to be used for cross-border payments because a few small businesses, their distributor is in China, the United Kingdom, Europe, somewhere out of doors, the US. So in the event that they have been locking away XRP to utilize it for pass-border bills, and organizations have been doing the same element, and the valuable banks are doing the identical aspect, finally, there can be shortage for XRP. People don't ever photo that happening, however. Even ChatGPT creates the one situations. So where would ChatGPT get that facts from if it wasn't viable within the future? This is how we get to the ones luxurious XRP that we're continually looking at, and those are constantly speculating on. And that surge, once it begins, it's going to be something that keeps to snowball due to the fact all of a surprising one, bank begins making use of XRP, they get the upper hand at the opposition, now the competition is buying up XRP, it might reason a large network impact. That's how you get to a 3, 4, 5-digit XRP for my part. Cardano ADA founder Charles Hoskinson says it'll take 90 to 100 days to get simple legal guidelines passed. Take a listen. It's going to take 90 to 120 days to get some fundamental laws passed. It looks like stable coins could be the primary that they modify. And then transferring from that, they'll do asset category. But earlier than the give-up of this 12 months, I do accept as true with very strongly that we are able to be on lot stronger foundations in the United States and consequently, globally, for jogging a cryptocurrency commercial enterprise. I suppose they're going to rapid tune crypto regulations right after, stablecoin regulations. So if we get stablecoin guidelines in the subsequent 120 days, I assume crypto rules inside the next 180 days. I assume they may comply with, very quickly is what I'm announcing. The coming SEC Chairman Paul Atkins and James Wallace from Ripple are both at the advisory board of Securitize. Might be excellent if Atkins may want to settle the Ripple lawsuit. Due to the fact I suspect that might make Securitize need to add XRP ledger amongst their blockchains. You should see all the connections already Ripple has with American authorities or even the incoming chairman, Paul Atkins, on the SEC. Take a listen to Tom Emmer, what he has to mention about the President of the USA. Kudos to Donald J. Trump. He figured this out over the past 4 years. He sees wherein we're headed. He sees what the opportunities are. What does he do? In 3 weeks, for the reason that he changed into inaugurated, President Trump now has created a central authority extensive dedication to crafting the regulatory guardrails the crypto industry has begged for on the grounds that Joe Biden turned into elected. Think approximately that. Biden had 4 years and did not anything. Trump did more in 3 weeks than Biden did in 4 years. And human beings, nevertheless, don't suppose 2025 is going to be a large 12 months for crypto. And observe who is back in Washington. This comes from Brad Garlinghouse. walked far away from an emotion-packed day in DC the day prior to this with the feeling that there is, in the end, a great possibility to increase significant bipartisan rules that establishes clean, constructive, and seasoned innovation regulatory frameworks for crypto. Like I said, we're going to get crypto regulations very short. It's going to appear earlier than humans assume. Everybody still thinks we're going to be waiting years still. It's all coming collectively, perfectly. And while you see Brad and Stu in Washington meeting with those humans, it suggests you what's coming. If you haven't figured it out yet, Ripple is going to play a totally massive function inside the United States. XRP is going to play a totally massive function within the monetary machine. Financial institutions are no longer waiting on the sidelines. Financial establishments agree with they cannot have enough money to attend at the sidelines greater than a quarter. 27% need to enlarge their crypto abilities in the next 12 months to preserve up with their competitors. Like I said, once one company receives involved with crypto, each different organization has no choice, or they will get left at the back of. Its same thing is going to occur with the banks. Any financial institution that receives on board with crypto first goes to get the higher hand on the opposition. It's going to create a community impact of adoption, institutional adoption, bank adoption is going to manifest quick, leading us into mass adoption. But it was usually approximately application. Pay attention to this. Well, I do not assume it is the be-all give-up-all. I agree. Christian, Carla become on level earlier and commented on the US regulatory surroundings that, like, you are trying to alter matters we do not completely recognize the implications of, right? You know, had the US attempted to alter TCP/IP or HTTP in 1992, we do not recognize how these technology are going to be used. You sort of must see how things evolve a bit and figure out, oh, okay, this is how we need to observe a regulatory framework around that. I agree with that. That's no longer honestly how the US has operated. I suggest, as Richard said, I think you have mouthpieces that I would spotlight Gary Gensler, but I'd highlight Elizabeth Warren, who are prognosticating. And it's just fake facts. They're now not telling the reality. They're speaking approximately how it's all used for scams and what have you ever. And the statistics does no longer aid it. So I think if you think about the unlock for the next 10 years, regulations certainly one in every of them. But this is manifestly no longer sufficient. And I assume that focusing on application and how we're truly the usage of these technologies to clear up real troubles, tremendous, critical. I assume a number of the stuff taking place in tokenization and every other instance in which I think we've underestimated the impact, the ones are the things I assume honestly unencumber. The remaining one I'll throw out, the usage of the examples I used earlier than as we think about unlocking the following 10 years, making these